Previously on Queer Ghost Hunters.
We are going to the Ohio State Reformatory, most famous for being in the Shawshank Redemption.
It had existed, for 100 and some years. And hopefully get to make contact with queers who lived in a time that we can't even imagine.
Were you a guy attracted to other guys? So were you incarcerated here for a violation of sodomy laws?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
I found at least 60 cases, and there was a lot more.
Their first contact was a homosexual.
Wind blowing through the old building doesn't break the team's concentration.
Just the perfect ghost hunting
I know, I keep
background
thinking
sounds.
They need to act fast to learn who they are speaking with.
While he didn't identify as homosexual or queer in his living life, he, I guess, was more willing to admit that evening.
This is probably the first time he's ever gotten to talk about it.
I've never thought to ask that kind of question and to see what kind of response I would get.
To get more responses, the team has put out things next to their equipment that the entities here are said to like.
Yeah, seriously, there's smokes, there's junk food and grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese?
Grilled cheese.
And Little Debbie's.
Honestly, that sounds like a great night.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about your prison number. Did your prison number...
With an inmate number, they can look up his records, but it will be a process of elimination, since you can only ask yes or no questions with the dowsing rods.
Did your prison number have a 3-digit number? Yes. Okay.
Can you straighten the rods out for Susan?
That's when it becomes real for me, is I can just feel the tugging on the dowsing rods.
They are very difficult to move on their own.
So was the first number of your inmate number between 0 and 5? Okay. So we know it was a 3-digit number that began with something between 0 and 5. And I'm just going to ask if you can straighten those out. Great, thank you.
When I first started this project, I was definitely skeptical. I am still skeptical, but the feeling when you're there is nothing like when you watch it.
Did it start with a 5? Did it start with a 4? All right. So that gives us something to go on then. Thank you. I don't think we need to ask anymore. I don't want him to waste his energy trying to figure the number out, so.
Yeah. My left side is really tingling.
I do have a question for you. Does the name Michael mean something to you? I just had the name Michael stuck in my head. I have no idea. It just popped in my head and it wouldn't go. All right, so was your name Michael? There you go. Great, thank you.
Did you come up with that?
I just keep hearing the name Michael in my head. No idea.
I know Scott, he's very good at the names and things, but sometimes it's not really enough.
With only a first name and part of a prison number to work with, the queer ghost hunters will need to use all their skills to decipher the prisoner's identity.